ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan cooker to get your through on ripe plantain flour. Contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070 66 63 8213 or 08.
It's been 37 long weeks of football right there in Europe, and now we are down to the final stretch. In the English Premier League, it's the fight for the top four, and in the Spanish La Liga, it would be the fight for who would emerge as the king of Spain. Welcome, this is the arena. Yes, let's talk about how this weekend is going to be looking like in the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, and of course the French League all is not to be left out. Yes, drama, that's what it's going to be the end of this week. There's also some drama right there in the NBA. Teams are taking their slots in the NPFL playoffs that is going to be starting this weekend. Yes, let's talk about that one too. And we will not also be leaving out Enyimba, who are taking part in the CAF Confederations Cup. Yes, remember the first one panned out. Now, this weekend, we will be seeing them in action for the second leg of that quarterfinals games. Yes, all of those stories emanating from the world of sports. It's what we would be doing on today's show. It's going to be an exciting one, I can tell you. But don't go anywhere if you're going to take every part of that show in full. Yes, this show particularly in full. I'll be your host on this show today. My name is Jidechi Chidieze. How about we go on a quick break? When we get back, the show begins in earnest.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Welcome back. This is the arena. Let's talk about the stories emanating from the world of sports. And I'm talking about this on the show today with me is none other than John Oyebode, very seasoned sports pundit. John, pleasure having you join me on the show.
Yeah, it's very nice to be here once again. I'm very happy. I'm grateful to be here, seeing a beautiful day. And it's another beautiful day in the world of sports. So it's very nice to be here.
Yeah. A very nice one to be here. Now let's start off the show talking about the NBA. Let's start off with basketball and talk about the wonderful things LeBron James is doing with Lakers. I mean, we are at the final stretch of the season right now, the playoff stage. Remember, it's a abridged season because of the coronavirus pandemic from last year, and we are seeing teams take their slots right there at the playoffs.
Yes. Right now we're in the interesting part of the NBA. This is where the NBA begins. This is where everything gets interesting. And because of the COVID-19 and, as you said, the abridged season, there have been other changes to how the playoffs go on. We don't use the 8th place people again. We do a playing conference game now, tournament, which Lakers, by the way, beat my team, Golden State Warriors, to qualify.
They still have a chance.
We still have a chance to have a game against Grizzlies, and if we win that, I'm sure Steph Curry will turn up. And as it turns, every time it turns up, it's always hot. So we're always ready.
Talking about how it's always hot. This is the part of the season we get to talk about the MVP.
Yeah.
The MVP, and we see the likes of what James have done, and we can't leave out what Steph Curry have done with the Warriors.
Yes. You would notice that this season, the Warriors have not been as good as they used to be previously. Steph Curry has been our one true world-class player who has been lifting us up from the death. And Steph Curry has he has done some, like, this is his best season so far. Even his title winning season in 2015, 2016 were not as good as this, but this is a very, very great season for Steph Curry, and I'm sure he's going to win the MVP. The only problem I have with that is Jokic is also having a very, very good season, and let's see how it goes. But Jokic, Steph Curry, and maybe LeBron James might get into the conversation because of his durability and everything, but I'm still rooting for my guy, Steph Curry.
You're being one-sided here. James is saying that this is the time is now. I am ready for it. And the question right now is, are the rest of us ready for it? It's the final stretch of the season. Yes, when you talk about the NBA playoffs, it's finally here. And we see the likes of James, what he's done with his team, sending the Lakers into the playoffs. You can see the rundown of the playoffs is expected to begin on Saturday. Yes, that one is expected to go down, start off on Saturday, and we see lots and lots of big teams would be taking on themselves in the NBA playoffs. Yes, very, very interesting one that it promises to bring, and lots of interesting excitement that the NBA playoffs promises to bring. But quickly, let's talk about some of these teams that are in the playoffs. John, well, you've already talked about how you expect the Warriors to do so well, but aside the Warriors, who would you be pitching for brilliance this once the playoff begins?
Obviously, we'll have the teams with pedigree. We have the Boston Celtics. We have Lakers with LeBron James. Of course, they can never ever be called an underdog with James in their team. So we have that. We also have Giannis' team and so on. So these playoffs will make sense. It will be very beautiful. It will be very nice. It is what we want. It will be thrilling and trolling. It will be NBA at its best.
NBA at its best. I love how John finished off that one, NBA at its best. But let's talk about the one that is Africa at its best. Talk about the Basketball Africa League. If you've not been following, it's been on for about the past 1 week. It's been on for the past 1 week. And the interesting thing about it is the fact that Nigeria's Rivers Hoopers are part of that one. But the uninteresting part of that is the fact that 2 games played and Rivers Hoopers have come out on the losing side of those 2 games. Yesterday it was the one against USM, and Rivers Hoopers again fell on the road, John. A sad one for us as Nigerians concerning Rivers Hoopers.
It is quite sad. Rivers Hoopers are our sole candidate at the Basketball African League. And funny enough, it was a River Hooper guy that scored the very first, that made the very first
basket
point. Yes, in the league, because this is the inaugural season. But the coach has come out to say that his bench players are not playing with the same intensity his starters are playing with. So I think he has to work on it and try to make his bench players play with even more intensity than the starters. That way, probably with luck on our side and with chance on our side, obviously we're supposed to be GMBC.
GMBC. Now quickly, if you're not following that one, let me brief you in. We've played 2 games so far. Started off with the Patriots of Rwanda, and we lost that one yesterday. It was another defeat against US Monastir. Next tomorrow, actually, it would be our final Group A game, and that one would be against GMBC of Madagascar. The question right now is, can Rivers Hoopers do the much needed against GMBC? Let me throw this question to you. Maybe we'll end up talking about basketball on this note. Can Rivers Hoopers actually do the much needed against GMBC?
Yes, I think they can. I think they can. They should be able to do it. GMBC is not very much a threat. GMBC also lost their first 2 games. So I think Rivers Hoopers should be able to beat them, putting in mind that they've lost and they are going to let a large country of 200 million people down if they lose against GMBC. So I don't think they would want to lose. They would win.
What a way to end the segment of the show. GMBC and the Rivers Hoopers, that will be going on later tomorrow right there at the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. Let's see how it pans out, and we are cheering the Nigerian side at this point. Why not we go on a quick break, and when we get back, we'll talk about some other things right here on the show. Talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League and, of course, Enyimba International of Aba.
from the farm. E good for body, no chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy wash. Just put on for fire and your food is ready. Everybody follow me chop banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me chop banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, for make your food yummy.
Welcome back. This is the arena. If you're just joining us, the show has begun already. But I'll not say you're late because John is still here in the studio with me, John Oyebody. Now let's move on and talk about the Enyimba international side that is representing Nigeria right there on the continent. We saw how the first leg panned out, not the way we wanted it to pan out, but there's a chance for redemption over the weekend, actually. Let's see if Enyimba can do something on Sunday when they take on the opponents from Egypt, and possibly if there's a way to overturn that 4-1 defeat they suffered in the first leg against the Pyramids.
Obviously, every Nigerian is hoping that Enyimba comes out on top. We want to see the miracle that will happen, because obviously it's now down to a miracle after losing 4-1 in the first leg. At least we got an away goal, which is quite okay. But this second leg, hopefully we'll do well and at least beat them by 3-0, and let's see. Maybe.
But can Enyimba, do you actually think Fatah Yosho's side have what it takes to get a 3-0 score? We've seen Enyimba always lackadaisical once it comes to playing in Aba. They've always had this penchant for conceding at least a goal at home. Do you actually think Fatah Yosho's side can get that win tomorrow without conceding anything? Because that's what it's going to fall down to.
That is exactly why I said hopefully we do not concede. Enyimba at Aba, they always concede, as you said, they always concede. But it is a game that this second leg decides who wins. And hopefully, if Enyimba can get a very early goal and decide the first half, probably with the god of football on our side, we might overturn the defeat and qualify for the semi-final.
The semi-finals. Well, it's going to be a tall order, I would say, but at this point, we as Nigerians, we are very hopeful people. We are only hoping right now that Enyimba can do the much needed. I mean, they're a big side. Fatah Yosho is a big man. Enyimba have big players, the likes of this man that plays for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There are lots and lots of players playing for the Enyimba side. Let's see how it pans out when they take on the Pyramids of Egypt this weekend. But let's move on for now. Why Enyimba would not be playing the local league this weekend. Some other teams will be taking part in the Nigeria Professional Football League this weekend. Let me quickly run you through some of the fixtures for this weekend, and let's see how it's going to be looking. Yes, lots and lots of interesting games. At the hem of the table right now is Aqua United, and they are one of the sides that will be taking on their opponents this weekend. Yes, you have Rivers United and Abia Warriors, one of the teams in the Nigeria Professional Football League this weekend, the Matchday 22 of the league. And then there's another one between Nasarawa United and Heartland FC of Owerri. Heartland, 2 wins on the bounce right now, and let's see if they can continue. The last time they were away from home, they were able to get a much needed win, that one against their opponents at Damawa United. Now the other games would be seen Plateau United and Wiki Tourists, and then you had Katsina United and Kano Pillars. We have our eye on that one also. We saw how Ahmed Musa featured for the for Kano Pillars, actually, not the Super Eagles of Nigeria this time. For Kano Pillars, and he was able to get an assist in that one. We also had the fact that he had a goal ruled out in that game. But let's see if he can come up to the party when they take on Katsina United And then there are other games between Jigawa Golden Stars and Aqua Starlets, Enyimba and Sunshine Stars, Adamawa United and Warri Wolves, who lost at home to MFM the last time. MFM themselves are back in Lagos, would be taking on Lobby Stars. And then the Southern Derby between Aqua United and Enugu Rangers. Yes, the league leaders will be taking on Enugu Rangers, the 2016 champions. Games all across the country this weekend. Let's see how it will be panning out. But let's move on from that now and talk about some football issues that is not about the local scene. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the way it's going to be looking right there at Euro 2020. Yes, the latest team to announce their squad for the Euros is none other than the defending champions of that one, Portugal. Yes, Portugal have released their list. And of course, you can expect the big names to be on that one. Talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandez. Let's talk about that one. Big names in that list.
Yeah, the thing is that Portugal they are coming to defend that title with blood, with sweat, and with tears. They are coming full with they are coming. They are bringing a machine gun to a knife fight, and we can see Ruben Diaz, who just won the Football Writers Award for Best Player of the Year in EPL. He's also in the squad. We have Bernardo Silva. We have Joao Felix, we have Diogo Jota, we have lots and lots of quality player in the Portugal side.
Quality players. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandez. Recently was named the player of Manchester United Player of the Year, the Matt Busby Award. He won that one. And you have a Bruno Fernandez squaring up against a legendary Cristiano Ronaldo. Do we at this point, and quite interestingly, it's still the same coach who led them to the title in 2016, who will be manning the managerial, who will be handling the managerial position this time around this year. This Portugal side, are they capable of getting the Euros once again, or they really stand a chance of losing it this time around?
Well, this current Portugal team they are favourites to win it, obviously, but other teams too are very good. There are other teams that are very good, and many teams have improved. Many players have improved over this 1 year lapse between because of the COVID-19 and why they could not host it last year. Between that time and now, lots and lots of players have improved. But if you look at the Portugal side, they have the attacking flair, they have the defensive power, they have the midfield creativity to win it. I would not be putting it past them to win it, but there are also lots of good players, lots of good teams that might win it.
Lots of good teams that might win it. Well, I don't want to put you on the spot. I think it's too early for that to be talking about who in particular will be winning that one. But it's like we have our eyes on that one. See how things pan out when the Euros start off.
Yes, we have our eyes on it. There are a lot of teams. England is going to be a headache for the coach to bring a very good team, considering all the stars that have been performing in the EPL. Belgium have brought out a very good squad. Benzema has returned to France, and France, the world champions, would not want to lose like they lost last time against Portugal at the final. So they are coming for revenge. They are coming with a vendetta. Croatia too is doing well. Let's see how it goes. Euros always delivers.
Euros, we can't wait for that one to start here. It will be coming up later in the summer. But John mentioned the EPL. Let's talk about the EPL for a minute. Yes. 2 new names, or well, you can say 3 new names have been added to the expectedly long list of Player League Hall of Famers. Yes, we have 3 new names in making that list right now. You know already we had the likes of Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry, Eric Cantona, Roy Keane, Frank Lampard, and now we have Denis Bergkamp, Steven Gerrard of Liverpool, and of course David Beckham of Manchester United. Interesting personalities added to the Premier League inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame.
Yes, very beautiful players who decided games on their own. Those are players that have been inducted, although there are clamors that some players did not deserve to be inducted and others deserved it more than them. But overall, these are
but the rate at which they are going, I think everybody will eventually get a shot. Many of the big names we know from the Premier League.
Yes, many of the big names we know from the Premier League will get a shot. Obviously, you cannot say those players in the 23-man shortlist are not good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. They all are good enough to be in the. They have won titles. They have decided matches on their own. They deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. So let's see how it goes. By the time the Hall of Fame gets, because this is the inaugural inductees. So let's see how it goes. Next year, let's see who gets inducted and what happens.
Next year, let's see how it goes, who gets inducted and what happens. And why not we take another quick break right now? And when we get back from it, we will talk about some other things, football on this show. Yes, talk about how the league seasons from different individual leagues will be ending. Welcome back. This is the arena. Yes, we've been talking about footballing issues on the show so far, but how would we be ending this show without talking about how it's going to be going down this weekend? Yes, remember, it's been a long season, and it's always interesting when drama always also comes along with not just the English Premier League this time around, but other leagues in Europe, other big leagues in La Liga. We don't know who is going to be winning that one yet. It's going to be going down on the final day. In the Premier League, we don't know who is going to be making up the top 4 list. We have Liverpool, we have Leicester City, we have Chelsea, all vying for a slot in the Champions League. In Ligue 1, the French Ligue 1, it's looking like PSG would most likely not be winning the league this season, but it's something that we cannot talk about until the final games of the season go down. I'm still here is John Oyebode. John, of these 3 leagues I've mentioned so far, which would you say have been the most interesting race so far?
The most interesting race so far for me is the La Liga.
I would share that sentiment. I mean, the La Liga was something else.
Yes, because it looked like Atletico was going to win it outrightly without any influence from any other club. All of a sudden, they dropped, and Barcelona went on very good runs, and now they are fighting between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. It's obviously going to Madrid, but it's between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid to know who wins the La Liga for this season.
So now let's quickly talk about those 2 games. Real Madrid, their game this weekend, and of course the one between Atletico Madrid. How do you see these 2 games spanning out? Where do you see the title falling to? Is it the Real side of Madrid or the Atletico side of Madrid?
If I'm to be objective here, I'm going to say the Atletico side of Madrid because they hold the lead right now. But if I'm to be subjective, based on the fact that I like some players in Real Madrid, I'm hoping Atletico drop points and Real Madrid wins.
At this point, I mean, selfishness is allowed.
Yeah, it's allowed, obviously. It's allowed. You're allowed to dream.
You can see the fixtures on your screen right now. It starts off on Friday night, Matchday 38 in the La Liga. You have Levante and Cadiz. And then on Saturday, you'll be having Celta Vigo and Real Betis. And Barcelona, who have dropped out of the title race, will be taking on Eibar. And Huesca will be welcoming Valencia. And the other games of Saturday would be seeing Real Osasuna and Real Sociedad. And of course, the big one we have our eye on, Samuel Chukwueze's Villarreal will be taking on Real Madrid, who are hoping for a shot at the title this season already. Zidane has announced that he will be leaving, so it means it's do or die for Zidane and his boys. A title as a farewell gift, or to have it go to Atletico Madrid, who will be taking on Real Valladolid. The final game of Saturday will be seeing Elche and Athletic Bilbao. On Sunday, La Liga will be wrapped up with Granada and Getafe, and of course Sevilla and Deportivo Alaves. Now let's move over to the French League, or yet another title finish. Final day battle that is happening in the French League. We have Lille FC and Lille. They've done so well this season, and even the fact that they had to sell some Nigeria's very own Victor Osimhen at some point, they still did so well this season. and we see how they've been able to take that top slot away from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, let's quickly talk about this one, John. PSG, finally a chance for them to finish the season, not as champions, but as runner-up.
Yeah, it's going to be weird, but kudos to Lille. They did quite well. They sold many instrumental players to their success in going for European positions, and now they are challenging to win the league. Obviously, everyone is betting on the underdog to win, and we hope that they do win and give us joy. Give us joy, that footballing joy. Let them give it to us.
The footballing joy is what John is talking about. Lille will be taking on Angers this weekend, while Paris Saint-Germain, they will be traveling down to Brest this weekend. That's how it's going to be looking for the two sides that want to take the Ligue 1 title. But let's end off the show talking about the English Premier League and, of course, the top 4 battle. You know, it's already been settled who is going to be taking the league title. Manchester City settled that one a long time ago. Manchester United taking the number 2 slot. That's the other slot for the Champions League. But now the fight is for top 4. Yes, the men that are in that race up to now are Liverpool. Liverpool, one of them, Chelsea and Leicester City. Those are the 3 remaining sides in that fight for top 4. John, I'm going to put this as a straight question. Who do you see losing out on those final 2 slots?
I want to see Liverpool losing out on the final 2 spots.
You must have a vendetta against Liverpool.
I have a lot of Liverpool friends that are always but I want Liverpool to lose out. But objectively, Leicester would be the one that would lose out, considering if everybody wins their match.
If everybody wins their match. He says, let's take a look at how the games will be going down this weekend. Yes, every game would be on Sunday. It's the last day of the season, and all games are expected to kick off at the last time. The games that will be going down this weekend, you have Arsenal and, of course, Brighton and Hove Albion, and then Aston Villa and Chelsea. Fulham will be taking on Newcastle United, Leeds, and West Bromwich Albion. Leicester City, a tough game for them as they take on Tottenham Hotspur, who are also fighting for a slot at the for Europa. And then you have Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Manchester City, the champions of the league, will be taking on Everton. And then you have Sheffield United, the already relegated Sheffield United, taking on Burnley. West Ham United will be taking on Southampton. We've seen how wonderful they've done this season, especially with Jesse Lingard, who is the current player of the month in the English Premier League. A wonderful run they've had, and they will be ending their season against Southampton. And then Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his boys will be traveling down to Wolverhampton Wanderers to end their season. Call it a wrap on an interesting campaign they've had so far. Quite the interesting one. That's how it's going to be looking this season. And we want to know how it's going to be panning out. Yes, these games, we just cannot stay away from watching them this season. And that's why we are lovers of sports. John, I would say it's been a fabulous time on the show today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Okay, let's wrap up. It's been a fabulous time, I would say. Ensure you join us next week as we come back to talk about the stories that are trending in the world of sports. My name is Jidechi Chidezi. Until next time I come your way, have a wonderful weekend. Why would they not ever tell me I am out of time? Why? Nobody is saying anything. Chebi, no be wrap up with this. All the talk, I don't wrap am since.